Okay. DGP 96. Are we live?
Howdy, KP. It's been a while. We back. We are absolutely back. Both of us here in DC on a Tuesday after the game, after Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. Now the people are going to be wondering, where have you been? You left us high and dry during the international break. KP, where have we been?
It's been busy, dude. Gotta be honest with you. Gotta keep it real, man. It's been busy. We traveled a bit, right? Ended up in Miami. As some of the OG listeners know, every now and then we like to pay a visit. This time, it involved a little ring, little marriage action. So things have just been busy, man. And it was actually really fun that there was no Arsenal. Nothing to sour the mood, man. Just let you keep coasting. And I did tune in a little bit to the women's game, but that's kind of been what I've been up to, man. What have you been up to?
Dale, Mr. Worldwide in Miami, doing the thing. Congratulations to my co-host. He did the damn thing. Yeah, did the damn thing. Had a wonderful weekend in Miami. Thank goodness it was international break. I mean, it was what a time to go to Miami and just live it up. Went to the club. Went to a wedding. I was all over the place. I was here, there, everywhere, baby.
Sometimes you gotta enjoy your time off, dude. That's why they make it for. So take advantage of it.
Had a great time. It is good to be back home. You know, you gotta get your dog and do all that kind of stuff. Get back to real life, real job. But yeah, it's nice to be hanging with your boys, doing fun stuff, witnessing love. Oh, what a weekend.
It's always nice, dude. Breaks are good. I'm glad that it was, I think, an injury-free one, I want to say, except for I saw a really horrible clip of Calafiori while down in Miami. That was the one thing that, the Arsenal, even during a break, man, they still figure a way to find their way to the timeline.
Guy Fiore, he's done his knee again. Very similar to the first one. Hey, I think I just checked in with you before this. I haven't seen any news on it, but 2 to 3 weeks, we'll take it. He's definitely going to be needed, especially after what we saw today. Wah, wah, wah.
That's what I'm hearing, dude. I'm hearing maybe 2 to 3 weeks, but could be wrong. I don't know. The video didn't look great. The clip that went around absolutely could have used him today. Would have been nice. Do you want to just get into the game a little bit?
I think you gotta give a shout out to the ladies. What happened with the ladies, KP?
Gotta give a shout out to the ladies first. You're absolutely right, dude. My co-host keeping me honest, man. So I did catch actually the result of the women in the Champions League. They most recently just played Crystal Palace, I think, in the actual Women's Super League, and they beat them 4-0. But before that, the momentum really started to pick up against Real Madrid. Of all the teams that they've been matched up with, man, they're down 2-0 and they come back 3-0 at home. Tough first half. I watched the highlights. They could not convert, but in the second half, dude, they scored 2 back-to-back goals early in the second half and then got the winner later on. It was really amazing. And now they're in the semifinal of the Women's Champions League. So I really hope that they can bring the trophy home.
Let's go. I didn't catch the games, but I saw someone interacted with you on Blue Sky and they had put up the stats of the game. Or maybe it was you that put up the stats. Anyways, I saw the stats of the game and it seemed like they just absolutely pummeled them. Absolutely put it to them. Did the damn thing. So shout out to the ladies. Hopefully, Real Madrid in the mud for the next one as well.
Shout out to the ladies, dude. And shout out to the Blue Sky DGP fam, man. Gotta give a shout out to our newest follower. Let me see. UGA Gooner. Georgia, man. Georgia's always in the chat. I don't know. I appreciate it. Dogs are out here, dude. Overall, I felt like today, however, with the Fulham game, when it came up, right? I was really looking forward to having Arsenal back. And I looked at the lineup. I saw Benny Blanco was already out of the squad. So I was kind of low going into the game. What about you?
It was great to see it happening again. Like, to be honest, the Emirates, players on the field. This seemed like a really long break. Maybe it's because we were on vacation, doing our own kind of things. It was back of the mind, out of sight, out of mind type situation, but it felt like a long break to me. So like beginning of the game, I was like, this is tight. I'm hype about it. This is why we love the game. But honestly, as the game started, KP, it's like, some of the same old stuff, bro. Some of the same old stuff.
It was a little bit weird, dude. The first 5 minutes, I felt like I was watching the horseshoe in full effect, man. And I just thought, wow. I mean, 3 weeks was a long time. You're telling me we didn't try anything new in practice? Did we try nothing new in practice, dude? That first 30 minutes of that game overall, brutal. Tough match, dude. Tough watch, dude.
Tough watch. Fulham has been a boogeyman. They've been a team we've had problems with. And it's just crazy. The game starts and they immediately start kind of having these little moments. They didn't create much on the day, to be fair. They just didn't. But there were moments in the match where it was just open. The game was open for them to maybe create something. And they obviously didn't end up doing that. But go back to the horseshoe. The game opens up for 10 seconds. You're like, oh, shit. Play the tape. Play the tape, KP. Here it comes. Here it comes. A sucker punch.
Dude, I was worried the whole game they were going to score, for sure. I mean, Jimenez, he had a few good moments. He can really punish you. I mean, Muniz, towards the end of the game, with like 10 minutes to go, he missed that header. I mean, the thing is, we got away with it, I would say. and it's okay. It's okay. I'm here for it, dude. Get the points, I think. I mean, Nottingham Forest won again, I'm pretty sure. So take the points.
Yeah, Forest won at home versus United. So shout out to them. Great season they're having. Got to get the points. Obviously, a Marino goal. Kind of ugly. Big deflection. But we take those. What do we say on this pod, KP? You got to take the shot. Just hit it. Take the shot. And when you shoot, good things happen. That's the luck being on our side. We have enough bad luck going around. So there's bound to be these little moments we can take. And obviously, shout out Marino for that.
Dude, he scored in the 37th minute. And honestly, I wasn't excited.
When you said that, I thought it was a lot later than that. No lie. 37th minute, I thought it was later than that.
Because that was such a tough watch, dude. The first 30 minutes were terrible for your eyes, dude. I feel bad. I feel really bad. And then in the 37th minute, this guy out of nowhere, a shot with his right foot, hits the defender, goes in. There's nothing about it that got me excited. I was just more pissed.
So let's take a moment to hit on Marino. It's been a handful of games now. He's been at the 9. I gotta say the dude's efficient. Like, he is super, super efficient. Doesn't get a ton of chances, it seems like. But the ones that he does get, he's more than likely to put away, it seems like. Today's a great example. I can't really remember him having another really great moment. This one seemed more like, I'm going to shoot it. I don't have any other option. I'm going to hit it. Weaker foot. Ends up going in the back of the net. I think I was not really high on him as our 9 ending the season. But after today, I think this is it, right? This is it.
I agree with you. And I think people on Blue Sky agreed with you too. UGA Gooner, Emmanuel, they both felt that it could be a lot worse, dude. Marino is scoring at the end of the day. Like, this has been a terrible run that we've been on. But hey, it could be a lot worse.
We playing ugly ball. That's just it. We're playing ugly ball to the end of the year.
So, I mean, get used to it, man. DGP's not going to shy away from telling you the facts, dude. Like, we got away with it. I don't know what to tell you. The first 30 was not great. The second half, I did feel like the first 10 minutes out of the gate, there was a little bit of a fire. It felt like we were trying. Martinelli today, got to give a shout out to him. Felt like I noticed him.
What did you think? Give me an honest critique here.
I thought the first half, again, was tough. First half was tough. A couple of times we went to him, dude, and he did the classic down the line, shimmy, 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 see ya, left-footed lobbed pass, and like there was one in particular I remember, and I thought, man, I've seen this exact cross to Saka, and he hasn't scored a single header. What is making you think Ethan Nwaneri is going to be anything different? Why are you trying that?
I'm trying to rewire my brain a little bit when it comes to Martinelli, man. I know I get frustrated when I watch him and we expect more from him, but I think it's pretty apparent what he is at this point. And then at the end of the day, if Fulham a fan is watching that game, what do they think about Martinelli? They're probably thinking, I wish he was on our squad today. The dude showed out. Now, from our perspective, it's like, oh, we expect our winger to be putting in better balls. He gets 10 crosses, only one of them was like a good one. So, like, yes, I have that about me, and I think he can be frustrating. But also, he was cooking, and we don't have Saka. He was creating something. And what we were just talking about, I will take something at the end of the day. It could be worse. It really could be worse. So I'll take it. I actually thought he had a pretty decent game.
No, I'm not saying he had a bad game. I agree with you. I mean, obviously he played a crucial role in Saka scoring. We'll get to that. But before that, I just did feel like he's great. He's always been great. It's just that most of the time, I feel like it doesn't result in anything actually meaningful. That's what I struggle with.
I think we're talking the same language here. We are. The praise he was getting, I'm seeing online, I'm not agreeing with. Like, I don't see it the same way. I'm trying to rewire my brain. Like, maybe their expectations of him are different than mine. My expectation is you should be doing a bit better, bro. He went to the byline how many times? I think he only cut inside on his right foot like once or twice. He kept going to the byline and hitting those left foot crosses. KP, these are conversations we've had forever. Pick your head up. What are you doing? You're predictable. Again, today he was predictable, but I thought he was just better. At least going 1v1, he was cooking Castagna. And we've seen games where he's not cooking at all. So we take these.
That's true. The Meg was really nice. He did the dead fish. He literally just fell over. It was pretty funny. I do feel like, he was good. That's, I guess, leading up to it, there was this big talking point that Bukayo Saka is healthy and could be back in time for Real Madrid. Maybe you try to ease him in. I think he subbed on around the 63rd minute or so. 66. So that was nice with him coming on. The atmosphere was great. He got a good 30 minutes because I think they added like 6 minutes at the end of the game. So were you excited to see him? How were you feeling?
Hype. Absolutely hype. The stadium was electric when he was coming on. He got off the bench in the first half to warm up. Electric. The fans let him know. You cannot tell me this team would be looking a whole hell of a lot different if he was playing, man. The game completely changed when he came on the field. Like, it's just completely different. So we're talking it's going to be ugly till the end of the season. If Saka's on the field, it's going to be a lot prettier, right? It's a lot prettier when he's on the field. So, yeah, absolutely electric.
It does hit a little bit different. In the first 5 minutes of him coming on, I think they played a couple of 1-2s to him. And the way he's able to sneak that pass to the outside back and then make his move is just so slick, man. And it looks so different than anything Ethan Nwaneri. You know, Nwaneri, when he played in the first half, especially, I felt like Jedi Robinson was on his case, dude. He was on his case.
We're fans of. I'm a fan of Jedi. KP's not a huge fan of the American left back, but he's a workhorse. I think he's a little probably too physical for Nwaneri at this point, right? It's just,
definitely
that's just the facts. Saka and him, that's a great matchup. Body wise, you can just tell when they stand next to each other, like, ooh, these guys are going to be competitive.
That's a really nice way of putting it, dude. I get that vibe for sure.
So we're talking about the Saka sub. Let's rewind back to the first half. We missed one big talking point of this game. Big Gabby. Big Gabby subbed in the 16th minute, I believe. Goes down with the injury with the hamstring. Did not look good. He was on a sprint going back. Really pulled up on it. And then we kept playing for some reason and wouldn't put the ball out. And then Fulham attacks us. And then we're going to complain about them not putting the ball out. Like, come on, be serious. But him coming off the field, even his facial expression, I'm not feeling good about it.
Yeah, I feel like subconsciously I just moved past it because I was so sad. I didn't want to talk about it. It was so sad.
I didn't realize it was that early in the game. That's
Steven,
tough.
we play Real Madrid on Tuesday. And the entire game, all I could think was Mbappe, Kiwior, that channel, the run, the spin out, the Sia. I've seen that fucking tape, bro. I'm telling you.
I got a take on what we're probably gonna cook up for that, but I'll save it for after the game chatter. Kiwior did play well though. I really thought he had a decent game. He has a tendency to let you down at least once a game. I feel like I got a real big letdown. He seemed like he was up for it. Didn't have a moment of letdown, and that's also to I guess to say Fulham wasn't really great on the day to not put enough pressure on him to force him into a mistake. So, shout out Kiwior.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's what I was worried about maybe most of the time. I do agree with you. I don't have anything negative to say about him. And it's very possible that I could. So, gotta give him a shout out for that. Gotta give him a shout out for that, dude. So anyway, Saka does come on eventually, as we said, and it looked like he's been working this offseason mostly on his heading, dude.
Oh, on his injury, you think he was working on heading, huh?
I think so.
Finally a headed goal.
It's happening, dude. You remember in the beginning of the season when we were doing predictions, what did we have for over-under Saka scoring headers?
What was it?
I think it was 3, dude.
3? Is that number 1? Is that his first of the year?
I feel like second.
Ooh.
So that's something fun to watch for as the season comes to an end. Let's see if he gets 3.
Cash out. We might need to cash out on that.
I took the over, dude. I believe in him. Starboy is shit, dude. Elite.
So is there anything else remaining in the game that's even worth a damn? So we get scored on really late. Muniz, he had a terrible miss, point blank. He should have put that away. He then does end up scoring. It was an extra time in stoppage. They had that corner late. KP, I ain't gonna lie. I thought they were gonna score. I saw a 2-2 coming. The boogeyman of Fulham. I had a feeling. I really did.
That would have been terrible, dude. Obviously, Smith Rowe played, and so going into the game, I had a worry that maybe there's going to be him on the score sheet at some point. He does get subbed off, but Iwobi came on, I think. So he was on when they scored, definitely. I felt like, oh, man, Iwobi, little last-minute draw, not the knee slide at the Emirates. Not like this, dude. I don't want it. I don't like that.
So ended up with the 2-1 victory. I got to say the second half was a lot better than the first half. I actually really felt good about the second half at 2-0. Like the energy felt good. Do you have any other takes on the second half?
I did feel like we saw something new that he tried out. We saw Rice at the 6. We saw Odegaard and Marino and Trossard up top. He had to move TP5 back to right back. Don't get me started. But still, he did try that midfield and attack. And it was looking good, dude.
I think it could work. We've asked for a new look. It could absolutely work. I would prefer not to have Thomas Partey at right back, of course. But with Saka there, man, I think that really opens up your options. I don't know if it's been a worry of having Trossard, Martinelli, and Waneri up top. Like, it's not enough body there. Like, not enough physicality. Like, it's all pretty light there. I mean, with Saka, even though he's he's a winger. Like, he's a big dude. He seems like he's a body. He can be physical. He can do that hold-up play for you. So, yeah, it was a new look. Marino, again, I give the dude a shout-out. Runs his ass off at 9. Came back into the midfield, and he had a couple... He actually had, I thought, a couple of nice moments in the midfield.
Yeah, I agree with you. What did you think about Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard? Declan Rice, I felt like, had maybe a couple of good corners. He did have that volley that I feel like he put over that I was pretty excited about.
I would say it's not his best game. I don't think he was bad. The first goal, or was it the second goal? I'm trying to remember on the press. There was a press that we won a ball. It was off of Declan Rice. It was the second goal because it was kind of a counterattacking situation. So that came off of Declan Rice. I think that's one of those moments that kind of an unsung moment, right? You don't think about that. You just think about the cross, Martinelli putting it onto Saka, yada, yada. But it's the first action in that was Declan Rice. So I'll give him that. Odegaard, I'll throw that one to you.
Well, just on Declan Rice real quick, he did have this one moment that I remember very well, dude, where their center back pushed him off the ball with both his hands. Did you see that? Took the ball off of him, ran off, and then Declan Rice chased him back, really fouled him, and got a yellow card.
Respect.
That was his best moment.
Respect. Probably like a 6 game, right? I'd say like a 6.
Probably 6, yeah. Martin Odegaard, I don't know, man. He had a really good international break, right? I saw that he had 3 assists for Norway in 1 game, so very impressive. He comes back to Arsenal. I thought he looked okay most of the game. Nothing too memorable for me, except I do remember him slotting through Jurrien Timber. A really, really nice pass, dude, that I wish Timber had finished. But I guess that's the story of Martin Odegaard this season, is that I wish someone else had finished when he put the ball on the platter.
Yeah, that was the one he smashed into Leno. Timber just smashed it into Leno. I think he hit him right in the gut. I'd give Odegaard like a 6 as well. Wasn't up to his standard, I would say. Wasn't really clicking, but that's the story of his season. Wasn't bad. I'm really looking forward to him playing with Saka again, to be honest. Him and Waneri don't seem to have the best connection. I kind of feel like Waneri wants to take a lot of the spaces he is in. He likes really cutting inside. He's that kind of guy. He's a midfielder by trade. So it seems like they just don't click completely. But once Saka's back, hopefully that we can turn the page on Odegaard.
That's a really good shout, dude. We'll see. There were a few moments when him and Saka were connecting, which it felt good. It definitely did feel good. Hey, Jurrien Timber, speaking of him, man, are you worried he's going to be the next one to go down? Because I'm really watching it closely, dude. I think he's next.
Don't do it to him, man. Don't do that to him. Don't put that in the ether. Come on.
I mean, I know he is a very religious man, so I just hope he is having some serious conversations, dude, because it's time. It's time to have those serious conversations.
What makes that tough, man, is Ben White not being on the bench. And I saw after the game, it was something about him having a niggle. Don't know exactly. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. But for him not to even be on the bench is a little bit of a worry for me.
What's a niggle, dude? I mean, what is that?
Hopefully it wasn't from his injured knee. Hopefully it's somewhere else.
It's not these mind games. Now is not the time for it, dude. Now is not the time for these mind games. I hope he's going to at least play a part in these next 2 weeks with the Champions League.
So this was going to be my take for defense running into Real Madrid. Ben White, Benny Blanco, get back on the field. Cure that niggle, young man. Cure it. We need you. I'm saying we don't even put Kiwior on the field, bro. He can be on the bench. That's great. Timber, center back. Ben White, center back. One of those 2 dudes plays center back. The other one plays right back. That's what I'm saying for Real Madrid. Now, saying that, you're going to have a sub ready for Ben White because he's not going to be able to play 90. Maybe that's when you can throw on the magic of Kiwior, but I'm telling you, I'd rather see Timber and Saliba playing in the center back position than Kiwior there.
And I tell you what, man, if you've been listening from the beginning of the season, you know one of the predictions on this pod was at some point you might see a Jurriën Timber and William Saliba center back pairing.
He did say it. I was there.
It's closer than it seems, you know? Think of your rear view mirror in your car. Objects are closer than they might seem, dude. I'm telling you.
That's dumb.
Be
but
careful.
for real, I would rather see either of them playing center back than Kiwior. The only worry then is Ben White's gonna need a sub. Do you put Thomas Partey at right back? Do you put in Kiwior? That's another decision for the manager. But I do not want to see Mbappe rolling past my man Kiwior.
I don't want to talk Real Madrid right now, dude. I feel like we're starting to get ahead of our skis right now, dude. Obviously, Everton's coming up at the weekend. What do we think there? I mean, let's just start there for your backline against Everton. Is it at home?
No, it's not at home because I went to the home game versus Everton, and it was 0-0. Probably the worst game of the season. I was there, baby.
Dude, I am sorry, man. I know it was a really good trip, though, right?
Great trip. The game was, I mean, obviously it's great to go to the game and everything, but that was a stinker. I think that's probably the worst game of the season.
That might be fair, dude. This one away at Everton, I mean, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday. Oof. I mean, 0-0 on running back. What are we thinking?
Yeah, this seems like a running back situation. I think Kiwior is going to be playing. I think I just already exposed what I think. My eggs are all in the basket of Champions League. The league, stay in top 4. That's fine. I think we're making our way in that direction slowly, right? We keep nicking 3 points. Love it. But it's all about the Champions League for me. So let's just run it back versus Everton. You know something's got to be in the back of Arteta's mind. To me, it's in the back of his mind. That's what he's thinking about as well. That's my take on the situation.
Okay, I see. So I guess I'll start with asking for the attacking line, right? Will Saka start?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I take that back. He could start if they think he's ready to start and they want to get minutes in him. I don't know. He will play. Dude, he will play.
Yeah, but who plays left back for Everton, dude?
Oh, that's right. I don't like that dude.
I don't like that dude either.
He never has a good day against that guy.
I'm not even going to give his Google search trends that. Just that guy. I'm not even going to mention him, dude. But you know who he is, dude.
That's funny.
And I don't want Saka starting against that guy.
Gotcha. I think he needs to get minutes in his legs, though. So he will be playing.
Sure. I would be nervous if I saw him on this starting sheet. So with that said, does Trossard get in instead of Ethan Nwaneri at the left wing and Martinelli goes? Because I just feel like Ethan did not have a good showing today. I don't feel like he should start against Everton.
Is it a meritocracy? Then yes. Give me Leo.
So that's one item to look out for.
Marino up top. He got the 9. He's there to the end of the season. Hopefully his hamstrings can hold through. That's the worry for me. If he can stay fit, we'll be all right. But yeah, Trossard, Nelly, Marino up top. Who's your midfield?
Yeah, the midfield, I think you run it back, right? Hopefully Timber's
Yes,
okay,
sir.
right?
Yes,
I think you just run it back.
All right, then give me your back line.
No, I'm with you on the back line too, because I don't know what's the status of Calafiori. I don't know what's the status of Ben White. I would doubt that Ben White would start. I would like it. I would really like it if he could start, because if I want to see William Saliba and Timber against Real Madrid at the weekend, I wouldn't mind just seeing it now as well. Like, we don't have to hold all of our cards so close to our chest right now. Like, let's just fucking play football, dude.
Lewis Skelly. Give that dude a shout out, by the way. Obviously had a tremendous international break. Played today. Dude looks like a vet, man. It's crazy watching the dude play. 18 years old. He is the man.
I'll tell you what, man. I absolutely love that he walks out last. I have gotten so tired of watching the tape of Martinelli, Sticks, just holding on to that last walking out spot. And now just to see it, somebody from the academy coming through saying, yeah, I know we're both on the starting sheet, but I'm going to walk last, young man.
Respect. I don't really care who we put out. KP, we say this a lot recently after all of these injuries. I don't care. Go out there. Give me the 3 points. I would hope you can make it pretty. We all know it's not going to be pretty. So just go out there and get 3 points, man.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they have a new manager since the last time we played them, right? Everton. So that'll be interesting too. I will say for a scoreline, dude, I do have this terrible feeling that we're about to get scored on in a lot of games.
And that's because Big Gabby's out.
Yeah, but also even without Big Gabby, today I was convinced we were getting scored on from the kickoff, dude. I don't know if you felt that or not.
I didn't necessarily think that. I think I'm so confident in Big Gabby, Saliba, Raya. You never know. I mean, it took them all game to score. And it was, a last minute situation. But without Big Gabby out, I saw a lot of stuff about like, who's your player of the season? Who's your player of the season? I think we've thrown out Raya. I think we've thrown out Big Gabby. We might have thrown out Rice. But I mean, Big Gabby's kind of that dude, right? Like, he has been that guy this season. The most reliable person, probably.
Can I just say real quick, TP fucking 5 is in that conversation for me.
You know that's not going to go over well. Come on.
But I think he's in that conversation for me. One to watch, started the season, and I mean, he was great today. He was great, dude. It is what it is.
Yeah, they ain't gonna like that. I thought he actually had a good game today. I think he had maybe a moment or two, like kind of like question mark. You raise your eyebrows, like what? But overall, he actually was in those 30 minutes of ugliness. I would give him credit for like keeping us going forward, keeping us fluid. Any fluidity we had, it was definitely through him.
Yeah, I will say I'm expecting big performances from him against Real Madrid in the Champions League. I'm looking forward to that. Before that, though, I mentioned we're going to get scored on. I do still feel that. So I do think we're in a scoring mood. Even today, Martinelli scored a goal. It was called offside, but he did score a goal. It's nice to see that from him. Getting an assist, seeing the ball hit the back of the net, albeit it didn't count. So I can see us scoring 3 goals against Everton. 3-1 for me.
That's big time. I just looked up Everton's form. 4 draws and 1 win in their last 5. And they play Liverpool tomorrow. It's Liverpool away for them. So I would chalk that off as probably a loss, right? You never know with the derby, but more than likely they're going to lose that. I think that's it. I think 3 goals is a little too rich for my blood. A little too rich for my blood. I'm going to go with a 1-0. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Wow. I would love that. I would love either scoreline. I think wins are really important right now. There's only 8 games left. I don't want to have to worry about the Champions League spot, and I really want to see us finish second. Right now, I'm starting to think, you know what? Go ahead and finish second, because that at least still can help me have the confidence that without the injuries, we wouldn't be finishing second.
At this point, if we finish second, you got to take that as a high note, I think. And I said this before, and I'll say it again, like other clubs that are making fun. 3 years in a row second. Where the fuck are you? Where are you at? We're limping in right now. We are absolutely limping in. Where are you? All that, y'all.
I like it, dude. I like it. Listen, obviously we haven't chatted in a while, and recently there was also some news with the club this sporting director search that we've mentioned a few times now about how worrying is it that we're going into the summer without a guy sort of holding that wheel. It looks like the search finally came to an end and Andrea Berta was announced by the club. Kind of fun, I think, to see it finally come to an end, get the announcement. He kind of came out of nowhere near the end of the search, as I recall. And I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know too much about sort of what the day-to-day of his role is going to be, but I am excited that he's someone who has a proven track record of identifying strikers at Atletico Madrid. When I think about Atletico Madrid, I think strikers, and that makes me excited.
I think that's fair. That's a good outlook to have. He was at the game today. They had a shot of him in the stands. Gotta say, the dude looks the part. Like, he has the look. I'll give him the credit for that. He has the look, so that's step one.
He's got the quarterback face, dude.
He does.
Quarterback face, check.
He does have the quarterback face. So what I would say for director of football, again, I don't really understand why no one can really tell me what that is. Seems like it's just like very ambiguous. I would relate it to American sports, the general manager. That's what I'm thinking of a director of football. That's what they're responsible for. Squad building, recruitment, things like that. Hopefully he can be great. He did it at Atletico Madrid. And one thing you can say about that is Diego Simeone was the manager. If he could work with Diego Simeone and hopefully he brought in some of his own players, I don't know the ins and outs of Atletico Madrid, but hopefully he brought in his own blood. We could really use some of our, I'm not going to say our own blood, just not Mikel's blood, I guess, is what I'm saying. I don't want Mikel calling all the shots all the time. I think it's nice to have someone else. I know some stuff. Why don't I call this one? I'm watching it from the stands. I'm not up in it personally. Hopefully he can make a move or two for us.
Absolutely, dude. And look, even if he wasn't the person who identified the player and maybe Simeone ran that operation, we don't know. But he was definitely there helping close the deal, right? He knows who signed the paper, who helped get the papers signed. He has those connections from the last 10 to 12 years. And I feel like that's more exciting, that he can help sort of expand the business network of the club, because I felt like with Edu, he had a lot of Brazilian connections. Just as an outsider, as I was paying attention, although the recruiting has been really great during this time, for the most part, not always. But I did feel like he had a lot of Brazilian connections. And this feels like a person who has maybe more broad connections. So I'm excited.
Okay. One thing that I had a question on. So Jason Ato seemed like the guy. He was Edu's understudy. We know Arsenal's a type of club. You like to keep it in-house, right? Get your own people that you made, that you're producing, put them in prominent positions. He was given the reins. Edu's, I'm leaving, I'm out. Jason Ato kind of got that. I want to say he's the interim in that position, right? Interim director of football. January comes around. Again, we don't know everything, if the club was actually going to give money or not, like what the situation was in January. But we came out with a goose egg with nothing. Do you think the January window sealed the deal for him? He didn't have those connections?
That's really tough, dude. I don't have any insight into what his role would have been in January to help get deals closed. If I were to look at it solely based on the final decision, if it came down to those two options, the guy who's done it for 10 to 12 years at Atletico with his track record, or the person who's been the understudy to go and now take this big job, which one would I want to place my bet on? It's the other guy, because it feels like it's more of an upgrade to what I just had. The other one doesn't feel like it would have been an upgrade. As harsh as that might sound, that's how I would kind of look at it.
I'm with you. I'm glad we went in another direction and we did not go for Ato. but it seemed like Ado was in the driver's seat. From all the news that was coming around, he seemed like he was the name of the search. It was always he was one of the top guys in this conversation. I do wonder if January did affect anything.
He was, but it seems like it was always about the summer plans. I told you the club just wrote off January. That's been still my bottom line on it. So I just think the summer is really, really critical for where the squad is, for what needs to happen. And the club, the board made the decision of going with this person that feels more of an upgrade and a sure thing. This felt like it had to be a sure thing signing. Like if I were to equate his announcement to someone, it's Declan Rice. You go and you get the best thing that you know is available and is going to deliver. That's how I look at this announcement.
Yes, we'll close the door on that. There are things we'll never know. I'm happy with the decision, but there are things we'll never know. I believe Jason Ato's still going to be around though, so I wonder what he'll be doing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who he wants to bring in for himself or not. But I guess with this perspective, let me tell you what I'm not going to be happy with. If he doesn't deliver a striker, I'm going to question everything, dude.
Oof. I mean, we'll have to go over that on another pod. I mean, that was the news of international break was transfers. I mean, that's around the club. That's all we can talk about. We're writing the season off kind of, other than Champions League until we can get there. Sesko, Gyökeres is making a really big name for himself recently. Isak, Zubamendi. I mean, it's Nico Williams. The names are out there. So, like you're saying, put the pen to paper, baby.
No, the names are out there, and not just a striker, dude. Like, I'll tell you right now, with this new person as sporting director, I'm expecting 3 new signings at minimum. I really am. If I don't see that, I'm going to be already disappointed in his performance, because it's just such a now or never moment, I feel like, for the club this summer. William Saliba, dude, with his contract coming up, we just saw Trent to Real Madrid. That was one of the big stories of the break. And look, these guys are out there, man. They're lurking, lingering, dude, in the background. So if you want to send a message to William Saliba, this is it. I think you go and do it. So we will see.
There was a quote from Mikel. I don't think he outright said it, but it seemed like the underlying message was, we are looking to spend big this summer. Take that for what you will. Now the question is, well, are we spending big on one player? Are we putting that 150 in on Isak? Are we spreading the wealth? 3 players, like you're saying. Obviously, I think my position, I say spread the wealth. But that was the quote. The underlying message, we are looking to spend big this summer. Let's get it done.
We will see, dude. We will see. We'll be here talking about it. Whatever happens, good or bad, we'll be here. You can always count on that. So I tell you what, man, that's a pretty good 45er. Just gonna start to edit it, publish it, get it out to the people. And let me just say thanks to everyone who tunes in. As always, we appreciate you.
Be easy.